Good evening, YouTube. It is I, Firestorm. This is really going to be a thoughts video. So, I want to read out a number first, okay? So, 330. 330. Now, you may be wondering why that number. What is that number? 330. Well, that is the current number of reported missing children in the UK under the age of 18, listed on the Missing Persons Charity website. Now, let me read you some statistics. An estimated 216,000 individuals were reported missing in the UK between 2010 and 2011. An estimated 250,000 people go missing each year. Now, it's estimated that 140,000 people under the age of 18, so that's basically anyone listed as a child, go missing each year. Now, based on that, 100,000 children under the age of 16 run away from home or care, and over 2/3 of these cases are not reported to the police. So why am I talking about missing people, particularly missing children? You may all guess why. Once again, Operation Grange, the basically search for Madeleine McCann, has been given more funding. Once again, despite the fact that there's 330 missing children currently listed, hundreds of thousands of people go missing every year, Madeleine McCann is the only case that's ever talked about in the news, on the internet. It's the only case that seems to continuously get funding. Why? That is my question for tonight. Why is Madeleine McCann the only person who seems to deserve to be found? Why is it that the police can continuously get funding to continue the search for Madeleine McCann? I'm not saying in any way, shape or form that she does not deserve to be found. Every missing child, every missing person deserves to be found. But why is it that there can be a missing person in Hull who after 3 months the police stop looking because they don't have any money, yet Madeleine McCann continues to get funding to be found? Why is it that we keep getting told the NHS there's no more money for the NHS needs more money, yet Operation Grange keeps getting more money? The Grenfell fire victims have yet to be rehoused, yet the Madeleine McCann case gets more money. This is my point. It feels like that case is given special treatment. You know, if I remember correctly, the parents wrote a letter to David Cameron. He reopens the case. You know, Ben Needer's mother had to fight tooth and nail to literally get any kind of any attention on her son's disappearance. The McCanns just seem to get it at a snap of a finger. I mean, let's be honest, people. I mean, not to dive into it too much because there's hundreds and hundreds of videos on the subject, but we're talking about a parent, a mother and a father, who in the first few weeks of their daughter's disappearance acted like nothing was amiss. They carried on as normal. You know, the first few days of the disappearance, they played tennis, they went for a jog. Hell, they flew halfway across the world to America to appear on a talk show in America about the daughter's disappearance in a completely different country that was not America. All in all, it's an ongoing case that is so full of holes, and it feels like the parents are kind of getting away with a lot. But through it all again, the question is never being answered. Why is the case of Madeleine McCann always given special treatment? You know, it feels like so many people in the world, in the UK, want this case to be solved. Even I've seen people state that, you know, they should be given unlimited funding until the daughter's found. Well, why? Why is the Madeleine McCann case the only case that seems to matter to anybody? I mean, look at the facts. The parents left the 3 children alone while they dined in a restaurant. In a way, their daughter's disappearance is directly their fault. Whether or not they accidentally killed her or she was genuinely taken, but who knows? But whenever somebody suggests they're at fault, you know, they turn around and sue said person. But through it all, it feels like the McCann case is given special treatment. Is that because of who they are, that they're quite, you know, high middle class, they're doctors, they're on big wages? You know, if it was a standard person like you and me, we'd probably end up in prison for abandoning a child, for neglect probably, or child abandonment. I do not understand why this is continues to get funding. Yes, Madeleine McCann deserves to be found. Yes, the case deserves to be answered. But what about the other 330 missing children? What about the thousands of missing people that go missing in the UK every year? They never get talked about. They never really get any help. In some cases, like Ben Needham's mother, she had to do it all on her own back. You know, there are parents out there who are literally having to self-fund everything. And yet the McCanns, they get all the help in the world. Why? I mean, I could go on and on forever. And I said there's hundreds of videos on YouTube about it. I'm just asking, why? Anybody out there going to be able to answer the question for me? Why does Madeleine McCann seem to get special treatment while there are other missing children out there who aren't even acknowledged and you've probably never heard of and probably never will hear of? And will this continue to be a thing? Will the Madeleine McCann curse be... Will we be reminded of it every year? Will it always be there? Well, of course it'll always be there, but why? There's so many questions and so many unanswered questions. I could go on forever, people, I really could. But 330 currently listed missing children, and one of those children is currently in the news and has been in the news for 10 years. Why? If you look at the McCann's behaviour, look at everything about them, their body language, you know, they don't, and even in the early days, in the first days of the disappearance, they didn't act like a mum and a dad who'd lost their daughter. In a lot of ways, they were very cold about it, they didn't really seem to care. And then anybody says, you know, they might have done it, it's like they immediately turn around and sue them. So, why are they so determined to keep themselves in the clean and so determined to keep the public focused on it, when other parents in situations with missing children barely get any public cover, barely get any news cover? So all I'm saying is to the media, to the news, to the people, to everybody, man, there's 330 children currently listed as missing in the UK. Don't they deserve to be found? Don't they deserve to be searched for? Don't they deserve to be spoken about? Why is only one girl the focus of attention? Why are their parents why are her parents continuously protected? Just accept that there are other missing children and other missing people. I'll leave it in the hands of the world, but maybe people can answer it, maybe they can't. But thank you for listening, people. Peace out.